Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to...
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub. So there was no real reason to build a line straight to Poisson. You are right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed to build 3 lines, why not just add a 4th?
Yeah, that's what Paimon's saying.
Well, it is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I... But that would only be the case if he cared about what others thought. My father was always really stubborn. From what I've heard,
Huh. Well,
Yeah, because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just... not very agreeable.
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head out.
All right, then let's head out. It'll be a while before we get to Poisson. Let's keep talking.
Navia, what was your mother like as a person? Oh, Paimon, sorry.
That's all right. I've heard many stories about her from the rest of the Spina. They've always said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously. While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws. My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made sure...
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched...
Yeah, but sometimes... Silver once said that a name is a kind of inscription, a way to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate... So, over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in, and I've lost many beloved people. The fact won't change that they existed in my life, and gave me the reason and motivation always. But no matter what, I tell myself, besides, I'm the president of Spina di Rosula. I've got to keep my chin up. We've reached the shore. Let's go.
Navia... Do you think she's doing all right? Okay. Paimon supposes you're right.
Boss, you're back! Traveler and Paimon!
Oh, hey! Fancy seeing you again, Flo...
Hey, I can totally take care of myself. For the time being, I'll go around without any attendance. We did hand over some of Malus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you for the compliment, boss. As you see, I've been working close. Mr. Malus was an extremely capable and respected
All right. There's no need to be. Were you waiting here for me?
Yeah, we contacted a sculptor.
You're commissioning a statue?
So basically, we've been meaning to commission a statue of my parents, but since my father was known as Callus the But now that his name has been cleared, and the town is also being rebuilt.
The funds to build the statue were freely donated.
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble. Maybe we can.
Hey, there's no need to be so humble. Didn't you
I agree wholeheartedly.
Hey, if. Just kidding. Thanks for the. Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us.
We can ask the sculptor, but we haven't had any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a few promising designs.
There's no need for all that. Hey, you! Come over here with me. Modeling a few poses, of course. Here, just pretend to be Callus, and I'll be Clementine.
That's,
Didn't you say on the boat that Callus and Clementine sounded like great Florent? Let's grab some
You've got it, boss. I'll go.
Well, what do you think? Got any ideas? Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent, so I want to pick your brain for a bit and see if you.
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
This pose.
but isn't Clementine's pose a bit... If we were to stick with this pose,
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much.
Oh, Paimon was just...
What Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alias. You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts. Let's try to come up with something else. By that, do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon... Look over there, my dear Clementine, as you...
But there's something off with the composition.
Oh, I see what you mean. Then let's swap.
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fit...
Wait, but we can't...
But then, since we're putting it in the town.
Oh, okay. We'll try to think of something else.
A happy pose? You mean something like we were laughing together at a funny joke?
Would all that be able to come?
Would we even be able to tell what they're...
Yeah, and that'd probably be a.
Could one of you try that actually sounds pretty hard. We tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right. Let's just keep the ideas we tried as backups. Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time. Oh, outfits! Oh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city. Do either of you still remember that girl? The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Oh, Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me, and she told me that she wanted to join the Spina too. I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed. But how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the end, I came up with an idea. I'd have a Spina uniform made and give it to her as a gift. But I got so busy and...
Don't worry, boss. I can send someone to pick it up.
On the matter of the statue, we should...
We could have just done that from the start. Yeah, you're right.
Navia! Florent, guess...
Huh?
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the fortress.
After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson. You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish.
It's good to have you back, Coulter. You look as well as ever.
And this guy is?
Let me introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's but, looking at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Wait, Mr. Marcel.
Have you not heard anything at all about the water?
Well, I know that Fontaine got...
Oh, looks like we'll have to explain everything from the top. That case, a lot of things have happened in Poisson since then. First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you could call...
Oh, nice to meet you.
Humble again as always, I see. Even when I was totally sincere with my praise.
Nice. Spina di Rosula always... Oh, that reminds me.
About that.
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
What did you say? This isn't some kind of...
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the only people we lost either. Many others, including Melissa, also lost their lives in the disaster.
Malus and Malus.
Malus and Coulter were friends from...
Let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Sooner we're done, the better.
All of this... It's unbelievable.
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by... It's unconscionable to...
The good news is that the Confrérie of... we finally closed the...
Are you sure?
Romu?
Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was one... Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent. But Mr. Callus, not only with the but the two couldn't...
And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
And of course, when he was suffering the
Yeah. You could say it was the...
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah. It used to be a lot better, but on the matter of the
I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeu's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked it out?
I think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the can. They believed that Miss...
So, they thought she had betrayed them? But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side, of course, Ms. Clementine.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever...
I've also heard that they aren't in a good...
I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeo had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeo's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and...
Good thinking, boss.
Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling me about the...
Don't worry, it's nothing. I've heard so many
In that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up a... Want to come with me again, you two? You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
Of course.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot.
We...
Come with me.
Are we not taking the boat this time?
It's nice to walk from time to time, isn't it? Think of it as something like a hiking trip. Once we're there, we can stay a few days before we return.
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
Ready.
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break. Since we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I've grown old, so I'm not...
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you.
Back in the days before the Aqua, Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay... The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callis was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. And now, in the blink of an eye... Oh, I know.
Then let's stay here a bit longer. Anyone want snacks?
Oh, is this another
Yep. Wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Malus and Silver used to take care of tasks like this. Okay. Seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two most important... Oh, would you? Oh, but...
We should contribute to making the macarons.
Oh, that's great.
Then I'll go look for some boxes.
Great. Then I'll prep the stove.
Loaded. Into the shadows. Where have you been hiding?
Torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered! Ha! 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 There is no escape!
Ah, how did it go? Did you find the ingredient? You've all done your part. Just leave the rest to me.
Whoa, these macarons look and taste magnificent!
Boss's baking skills have always been famous. Everyone in the Spina knows how
Oh, it's just a hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? Oh, I see.
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. Adventurers never stay in one. Besides, after everything we've been—
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious—
I understand now. Then I will endeavor to make the most of
We've got no wine with us, but—
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Quick, join in on the—
May your travels go smoothly. May the Spina continue.
Swear by my sword! Illusion shattered!
Hunt them down. I've faced many opponents in my duels. Most of them I defeated. The rest surrendered. No, I have never lost a duel. Ready.
There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal!
Take them. I have no need.
Things are going a little too smoothly today.
Ignorant and vulgar. How inconsiderate of me.
Wind, hear me!
Go as one!
To ashes! Where evil lurks, shoot on sight! Did I scare you? How inconsiderate! A gift for you! Shine down! Did I scare you? Now you shall perish! Impossible. that!
Let's hope
finish
you'll
this
put up a
back.
good fight.